Hi everybody, my name is Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. We're talking about the victober and October pile of possibilities. We're not calling them TBRs these days because that is too locked in. So this is a pile of possibilities for the month of October, and if you are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to this channel and clicking the little bell icon so that you are notified whenever I post new bookish videos. As we go through the books, you might notice a whole lot of repeats from September, and that is because my September TBR was quite ambitious, and it is kind of hilarious how ambitious it was now because I read 2 books in the month of September and I set a much bigger pile for September. So we're moving on with our lives from that and setting our sights on October. So the first thing that I'm sure you know is happening in October is obviously at Victober, which is a wonderful readathon that happens all month long, and it's all about celebrating Victorian literature. And I am on the heels of finishing Bleak House, so having kind of a Victorian flavor. There's a Victorian flavor to my reading lately, and I'm excited to jump back in with something other than Dickens. I am not going to attempt any Dickens in the month of October because I need a little bit of a break after Bleak House. But we are going to read The Way We Live Now by Anthony Trollope, and this is the group read for Victober. And this is my first Trollope ever. I have attempted to read a Trollope before and then was too busy and put it down. Story of my life. But this one I would like to stick through because it is the group read, so I am excited to try Trollope, and I know that many readers who I highly respect have reviewed this very highly, so I am excited to try this one. And then also for Kate Howe's Patreon, they also have a group read for Victober, and that's Man and Wife by Wilkie Collins, and I have not read any Wilkie Collins either. So both of these are new to me authors, which I think might be a Victober prompt. I'm going to be honest, I am not following the prompts really at all. So whatever prompts these 2 books happen to fulfill, that is just a happy little accident, as Bob Ross might say. And that's actually all I'm gonna set for Victober. I don't think I should go any harder than that because I think these 2 books will be plenty to try to go through for Victober, because I believe I know at least one of them is quite lengthy. I know the Trollope is long, but regardless, I will probably have my work cut out for me with both of these. I cannot give you a synopsis of either because I have no idea. I just know that I'm gonna read them with the groups, and I'm excited to participate in some read-alongs. Actually, I lied. There's one more book that is technically considered Victorian, and I forgot about it because it is my Patreon book. My Patreon book club. This is our second read together, and this will be Carmilla. So this is a Victorian vampire story, which vampires are they're just following me right now. I'm finishing up Twilight. I also have New Moon on deck by Stephanie Meyer because this is my next one to read after Twilight. I reread Twilight in September. It was glorious and so much fun, and I'm excited to get into New Moon because I love New Moon. I love New Moon so much, and I cannot be more thrilled. Also, it's just perfect for Halloween. There's vampires, there's werewolves, there's drama, there's unnecessary angst. It's beautiful. So those are my vampire books that are happening. If there was some kind of magic happening and I somehow got to another vampire book, I would like to get to this one, Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. This one is a book of the month that I got earlier this year in August, but I also have another book by her, The Hacienda, which I believe is not vampires, but maybe haunted house. So that would be fun. So more spooky possibilities. These are probably, this is not spooky at all, but these are definitely spooky. I want to say. Also on the horizon, is The Neverending Story by Michael Ende, which I have read. I actually love The Neverending Story so much. This would be a reread for me, but it would be a buddy read with Christy Lewis from Christy Lewis, Dostoevsky in Space. And I would love to read this with her. I love this book with every fiber of my being, and it has been way too long since I've reread it. Like way too long. I'm not even sure when, but I need to reread it. I need to do it. And I am so excited to share it with Christy, and I hope she loves it. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding. I will be okay if she doesn't love it, but I really hope she loves it. No pressure, Christy. No pressure. Okay, everything else in my pile is from September, so technically I should prioritize these, but will I? We will see. I still need to read Arsenic and Adobo, yes, by Mia P. Manansala. I actually started it on audio, and then all of a sudden there was like a line of 2 or 3 people for the audiobook, and I didn't finish it in time. And now I'm on hold for it again. I have to wait, so that is sad for me. But I was enjoying it. I was about 22% in, and then I lost my audiobook. So when I get that audiobook back, I will be finishing this. So hopefully this will be quickly finished. I also have Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson on the docket. I really want to get to this. I was trying not to read this on Kindle. I was trying to wait until I had a free space for another physical read in my life. I don't know if it's gonna happen because, yeah, I have a lot of physical reads, but I might end up going to the Kindle, but it's just so beautiful, the physical copy. And I've yet to read one of these in the physical copy, like the new Secret Projects. I keep reading them on the Kindle version. And I feel like this is my chance. This is my opportunity to read the physical version of this because it's so beautiful, but we'll see. It's slowing me down because I really need a Kindle read right now, and I don't have one, but I could be reading this on Kindle, but this is so beautiful. So there's that conundrum. #reader problems. I also have Linden Falls by Joshua Hershey, which was kindly sent to me by Joshua. So I do need to read this. This is at the top of my list. This is a Christian fantasy novel, and that sounds fantastic. It sounds very right up my alley. So I'm hoping that I can get to that. And then the last one that I'm going to put on my list is Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I must get to this sooner rather than later because I did reread Assassin's Apprentice specifically so that I could get to this. So this must be towards the top of the pile as well. I didn't want to do, this is what keeps happening. So I didn't want to do an audiobook with this because, again, beautiful edition. I would like to read this with my eyeballs, but time is a problem. So if I get an audiobook, I just might have to. I might have to get an audiobook, but I don't want to. So we'll see. Maybe if I can do an audiobook for this, I can read some of these other ones physically, because what else? Maybe I can get an audiobook for these, and maybe I can get an audiobook for New Moon, although that's also really hard to get because my library always has a very long line for the Twilight books. So maybe I can get an audio for a few of these and have a little more room for a physical read. That is the plan. So obviously not a solid October TBR. It's very fluid. Anything could happen. It's a pile of possibilities. We know that. But I am excited to put some Victorian literature back in my life and to get to some spooky stuff and some fantasy. This is all, oh my goodness, sorry. The dogs decided to chase the cat because they're dogs. What are you working on for Victober? And I'm curious, do you like to work off of a pile of possibilities, or do you like a set TBR? I would love to know. My TBRs no longer stress me out, even though I do make kind of a large pile, like larger than I can get through in a month, but I do enjoy rifling through the possibilities and the potential. I enjoy the potential of a pile of possibilities slash TBR. So I know some people do not make them at all, but I like to just have a little bit of a goal set. So I'm curious of how you are. And are you participating in victober? Are you participating in any spooky readathons? I actually have been living under a rock a little bit lately, and I'm sure there are 1,000 spooky readathons happening, but I don't know about any of them. I would love to know what you are planning for October. There is so many good things to participate in and to read, and I'm ready for it. I'm embracing fall and spooky season. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching this video today. If you made it all the way to the end, go ahead and leave a pumpkin emoji if those exist. I have more social media links down below in the description if you would like to follow me in other places. And I've also brand new started a Storygraph. I just opened a Storygraph account, so I'm excited to be there. I don't really know how it works, so be my friend on Storygraph. Is that how it works? You can follow me there if you're there. I'm excited to try it. I've heard very good things about Storygraph. Keep reading great books, and until next time, bye-bye.